My journey started from there in terms of design innovation and all that. Europe, many countries there. It was difficult because when you want to start something related to women, the first thing that comes to the mind that okay, it must be a cry kind of a initiative where the rights of women and all that and everything. In your conversation, you are not asking someone to understand. Rather, you are so much in flow with everything. I find it very exciting. So it's a milestone year because we started the South India edition, and now we are moving ahead to the MATECIA National, which is going to happen from 21st to 24th of August next month, 2025 at Yashobhumi.
So, what happens when one woman dares to dream big, not just for herself, but for an entire industry? Well, friends, in a world where spaces like design, architecture are generally considered male driven, she stepped in, she took charge, and she created a stage where thousands could shine. She did not wait for change. I think she created it. Today, we are joined by a visionary woman entrepreneur who dared to dream big and who dared to create a platform that not only inspires but creates a platform for the design and architecture industry. She is the visionary founder of MATECIA and Vedasia, leading platforms for the design and architecture industry. To tell us more, I have none other than Verticaa Dvivedi, who will tell us about her leading journey. I think it's a beautiful journey. Thank you so much, Vertika, for being our guest today. I think you inspired thousands. Thousands of people are inspired by your journey. But I would like to understand today what inspired you? What was the spark that led to the foundation and creation of MATECIA and Vedasia?
So, first of all, Raghav, I cannot start without appreciating what you are doing for the industry. I'm a true fan of what you are doing because, with that intent of giving back to the industry, you are working, and that is the kind of intent we started with. So, I
Thank you.
started Surfaces Reporter in the year 2011. So, when I started, because design, innovation, a lot of the roots are in Europe. So my journey started from there in terms of design innovation and all that. Europe, many countries there. So when I started meeting a lot of architects, designers over there, there was one time when I wanted to do something for women in design. So I wanted to write up something, but then I was not able to get the documents of earlier women architects and designers who have walked the path. So that led me to start the research. During that period, I met one of the most visionary, most celebrated, and most, I would say, the lady who has done the best of the best of the best architecture in the world. She's no more now. That's Zaha Hadid. I met her at the time. So I did an entire cover story on her. And during that process, I understood that women have been doing so much of work, but they are not at the forefront of getting the contribution for that work or getting recognized for that work. So ours was a kind of a thing that, okay, I recognized the gap, and then I felt that yes, something needs to be done in that space. It was difficult because when you want to start something related to women, the first thing that comes to the mind that okay, it must be a cry kind of a initiative where the rights of women and all that and everything. But I felt that okay, I need to convey it very clearly through the work and not just through my words, that it is about not empowering women. They are already empowered, is what I feel. It is about giving a platform to the women so that from the back seat they can come to the front seat and they can be the ones on stage talking about the work, sharing about the contribution, also getting recognized for the contribution. With that small spark, we started in a small hotel room, in a hotel, of course, and from there now we are now, of course, that we are exhibiting in the world class venues, be it the Pragati Maidan earlier and now the Yashobhumi, right? So MATECIA started like a dream. I'm a dreamer. I believe in dreams. So in 2016, when I started Wade Asia, you'll not believe, but then you'll have to believe also because the TM and the R that MATECIA has is done in the year 2016, the same year when I conceived and I executed first edition of Wade Asia. So it is very difficult for people to realize and understand that how I could think of MATECIA at that time. But then it was a dream. For me, working in reality and working in dreams sometimes coincide. Sometimes I'm not aware which one am I working or which one am I working for, because there's so much of ideas, so much of things bubbling all the time in my mind, right? I want to realize each and everything, but then everything is not possible at the time. So MATECIA was a dream that I wanted to start along with Verticaa, because see, material and people, these are the two things, ideas, materials, these are the two things that create a building or an interior, isn't it? Whatever we are here now, whatever we create as a building or interior, it's done by people with ideas, and the materials are taken. So when you want to shape something, you need the material. So MATECIA stands for the materials for construction, interiors, and architecture. And I always felt that as I will be doing, or I am doing, the events for architects, designers, and all, without the material, some part will be missing always. So MATECIA started like a dream. But when you come to the real world and you want to start a large exhibition, and you are just a magazine publisher who is doing a women in architecture and interior design event because it's so close to your heart, and not because it is having a market for anything, right? So I was not getting any sponsors or these or that. That did not deter my determination. I was very clear, whatever money I had at that time, I spent entirely on Vedasia first edition. Okay, no doubt money was gone, but satisfaction and the fact that, okay, all these years whatever I've worked on, now it's time to give back. So my story, if I go back a little bit, it started, or I started to realize, or I started to understand life from the time when my mother expired. And I'm the eldest, and I have three sisters and a brother. And how, as in like an army, we were standing with each other, fighting with the situations, and we came up together. So I always felt that sisters together can also create a lot of things. So that was the kind of a thing. Wade sister was the term that we coined up, and we felt that let's bring everybody together. When people come together over a shared coffee, let's say over a deep conversation, over a kind of a warm handshake, lots of things happen. Our intention was to provide that platform and let it shape up organically how it does. Because MATECIA was something which was in my heart, which was in my mind, and it was not getting an opportunity to come out. In 2019, what happened? From the hotel room, we came to NSIC. So when we came to NSIC, the space gave me the idea that yes, it's time for MATECIA to now come to the open. So we started exhibitions and all that. But yet MATECIA, the name was in my mind, and whenever I used to talk to anybody about MATECIA, the first thing that they used to say that, oh, ये कैसा नाम है, क्या है ये? Yeah. Okay, MATECIA, क्या meaning है इसका, क्यों है ये नाम, and all that. So I used to tell them, see, MATECIA, MATECIA is for materials in constructions, interiors, architecture. Then it used to be a different one. And once they used to catch that name, MATECIA, they used to remember it. However, COVID gave us the opportunity. I think MATECIA always wanted to come out. MATECIA always wanted to, be born. Yeah. Okay, I always feel that whenever my mind is to go to that concept that I had built and I had kept at the back of my mind, it was always like, it was wanting to come back, come out. It was wanting to be born. So during the COVID time, we did a lot of initiatives for the industry, like trying to keep them afloat, okay, trying to keep them motivated, trying to make sure that people get connected with each other, so that something or the other can happen. Be it collaboration, be it kind of an idea that someone gets, or be it a kind of a positive motivation, be it kind of the market policies and all that, right? Because whatever wrong happens, that also needs to be taken out, or maybe it in a good way that has to be shared, so that people know that, okay, even if this is the situation, this is the right thing to do. Let's talk about people. Lot of companies were kind of firing people and all that. Okay, so we were very strongly there to ensure that this should not happen. Because if some companies are having a myopic thought, a short-sighted thought, and if they are releasing the people, or not giving the salaries and all that, later on what will happen? They are going to face that adverse effect. And doing like this to people, will they be in the will they be called a good company? They will never be able to. Yeah. Absolutely. So those were the things that we used to be promoting.
Mm.
People started telling us that, why don't you people do something?
Mm.
You people create a platform and we are going to be there.
Mm.
Okay, so let's say 10, 15 people, 30
Mm.
people, they started telling us like this. And we thought, okay, fine, COVID is now in the
Mm.
background. Let us take one hall, or maybe maximum one hall and 1.5 hall or something from Pragati Maidan. And, because NSIC, it was sure that, we have outgrown
Mm.
that kind of a space that we have taken. Fine, okay, let's, we have never ever talked to a venue like Pragati Maidan and never visited and never done anything. So it was just like that. Okay, fine, TK, we'll do it. So one fine day it was there that, okay, we will do it. And I proposed the name to my people. Okay, I told everyone, okay, I think it should be MATECIA that we should keep. And there were a lot of confusions and all that. Then I stood up and I said, why it should be MATECIA. And I told them the story. You see, this is a trademark, TM, RV ho chuka hai. Okay, and from that time I am dreaming about this. After that, there was no question.
No looking back.
No looking back, because I knew each and everything that is to be done. Only thing that was left was that I have to go to the venue. And when I go to the venue, my intention is that I should be knowing and getting the entire venue on my fingertips. It should be on my fingertips. That's it. And whoever is going with me, okay, the team, they must have the entire venue on the fingertips. After getting the venue on the fingertips, one has to know what are the problems of the venue, what are the strengths of the venue, circulation of the venue, right? Perception of the venue, and each and everything, because that's the kind of the center point, the core from which a exhibition event, or should I say energy, would emerge. Absolutely. Right? So you have to, one will have to be, give that kind of an energy, give that kind of a understanding that me and the venue, they're one. There's no difference between us and the venue. Okay, so when one is one with the venue, then only one can do something for the people. After that, what happens when you're talking to the people and all that, you can say, okay, fine, your position should be this. And another thing I've learned in that process, I remember, because of the COVID and all that, it was very, very, we were not in touch with a lot of people. So it was not possible to get and see how others have been doing, because people have not been doing for the last 2 years almost. Okay, we did in 2022. So 2021 and 20, what happened? And Pragati Maidan has changed, and those were the new halls of Pragati Maidan. Hardly there were anybody. So that gave me an opportunity to make sure that I design, plan according to my own things, according to my own thought, rather than checking and seeing what others have done, because those things create limitations. Freshness do not come out. I got a complete blank canvas, and I really wanted that only. Okay, so from 2 halls, we started in May 2022, and August, I think 2nd, 3rd, and 4th were our exhibitions, 3 days exhibition. Okay, so in the month of May we started. In the month of May end, we conceptualized the first brochure with MATECIA name. And I cannot tell you, Raghav, how the feeling was to see MATECIA name there. But then at times I used to feel, am I doing something wrong to the Vedasia concept? Because that has been the starting of MATECIA. That has been the starting of everything. So I had a question to myself that, okay, should we do Vedasia along with MATECIA? And what is the relationship between, what are the, kind of exchanges that we are going to do between these two? And are these two together, will they be able to deliver a better promise to our exhibitors? So ultimately we got the answer through introspection that yes, because we wanted to create a market ecosystem. A market where anybody is coming, wherever you turn 360 degree, you bang on someone who is useful for you. That was the perception. Small concept that anybody coming in, 360 degree, you close your eyes and bang on anybody. That person you are meeting is going to be, or is already, a very important person for your work, right? Amazing. So yes, that was the concept. So we felt, yes, Vedasia, MATECIA, they are complementing each other, and the entire team started working. So we were kind of done with one hall by the time, and the second hall was getting filled up and all that. By the time, there were some more needs that, okay, fine, we also want to do and all that, like that. So we had a discussion that what to do. Should we take another hall? That would mean this much kind of money, and there is a high chance that it will not get filled up and all that. Okay, I took the risk. I'm a high risk taker, I should say. Okay. I do not fear anything. Once something is set, it is set. It will happen whatever. Either I'll learn a lesson or it will be what we have perceived. So we took another hall. We went ahead. By the time it was August, we had 4 halls. And you know it. You have come. We had 4 halls and all filled up, completely buzzing. And it went on very well. And that's how MATECIA started.
Wonderful. I think, Verticaa, as you just said, event is just like your own baby.
Yes.
And you have given birth to it, you nurture it, you see it grow. And today, I think rest is history. We know how successful MATECIA Videsia event is. You are now coming up with your upcoming edition, which is going to be one of the biggest editions, which will be held in Yashobhumi. So, Verticaa, if you see, what have been the significant milestones? One was that, yes, you combined Videsia with MATECIA. Apart from that, what do you see as an organizer, journey of these events, the significant milestones, you would rather say, in this kind of an impact and getting international visibility or partnerships with different associations, creating forums for women, or taking your event to different cities? You're doing so much. So tell us a little bit about those milestones you would rather recall.
Right. So if you talk about the milestones, then I would first say the Vedesha was the mother of the beginning, all the beginning. So 2016, the Vedesha. Then 2019 was a very important year for us because 2019, see, in our group, we have 3-4 divisions. One is the foundation for the dealers, distributors, and the manufacturers, the material part. Other that I lead is the architecture and the design division. And the another one that I lead is a furniture one, which is a combined initiative of both. Okay. So in 2019, India Interior Retailing, the retailing division was started. 2022, we moved to Pragati Maidan. That was a milestone year because we came out as a complete exhibition and not just in a conference like Vedesha. So that was a milestone year. 2023, I would say, again a milestone year because we doubled. Okay, we doubled in terms of participation.
Exhibitor participation.
Yes, exhibitor participation, we doubled. So that was a completely something which we did not expect at all. And we felt in 2023 that we are an organizer. We have to work in this direction because we have a lot of responsibility. When people start coming with it, which is good, but at the same time, we cannot see only the good. We have to see what can be better for them. Right. So that was a very big eye opener, I would say. 2024, we went to Yashobhumi, and the venue was really, really liked and loved by people because of its pillarless, large format, and that gave us an opportunity to do the entire exhibition in a single, ground on ground, I would say. 2025 is again a milestone year. Why? Because we completed this year MATECIA South India. So MATECIA South India was not just an event for one state, Kerala, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Andhra, Telangana, even Goa. Okay, all these states were combined. Work was done just after 2024 on all these states, and we did a very, very successful event. We thought that we'll be probably because we're new there, so we'll be doing it in one hall. No, we did in 2 halls, 2 and 3 of BIC, and it was very, very good. So it's a milestone year because we started the South India edition, and now we are moving ahead to the MATECIA National, which we call, which is going to happen from 21st to 24th of August next month, 2025 at Yashobhumi. So if you ask me what's new in this one, so apart from the Vedesha architecture event, which comprises of the conference that we have on architecture and design, we do Archie design competition. So the best part of that competition among the architects and designers is the fact that one can come and see India's best 200 projects at one place, and that too being presented by the creators. It is unimaginable for architects and designers to think of seeing 200 top projects, because these 200 top projects have come from 2 layers of sieving out or selections. After that, those 200 projects are selected. So those projects go for the live presentations, and which are open to the public. where the jury is asking the questions, okay, giving the feedbacks and all that. So it's like too much of learning, too much of knowledge, and so much of design energy at one place. But that is only one side of the coin. If you look at products and brands, what can a brand or a product get from that kind of a competition and all? So what they can get is they can get to know what's happening in the India's design and architecture and building projects. Who is doing what are they using as materials and products, what are the trends at the moment, and what will be the upcoming trend. Anybody giving 3 days in Verticaa will get to know not only the right people, right projects, but also I am sure a lot of business contacts which are going to be very much helpful for their business and growth in this industry. So that's only one part of the MATECIA. That's the weight. We also have India Furniture Conclave. India Furniture Conclave is like I would say, it's like the melting pot for business leaders in kitchens, furniture, wardrobe, hardware, all these things. It's a kind of a melting pot for all the experts to come together, where designers and business people, they come together, they talk about what are the consumers, how the consumers' choices are driven in the market, how the showroom trends or what should be done to ensure that people are able to meet with their needs. Then also comes the machines and the technology, how the modular furniture, or let's say the traditional furniture market is working, going on, design trends, and a lot of other things. So that's a kind of a melting pot for those kind of a thing. There is another conclave, which is the material and technology conclave. The material people, lot of material people are in MATECIA. So they also need to have a stage to share about what they are coming up with, what kind of innovation, technology, and all that. So it's a conference for them. We also have Material Adda. Material Adda is like 50 different innovations from all over India and outside as well, put at one place. So anybody can go and check, okay, this is the material that has come up, okay, this is made with mushrooms, okay, fine, this is made with this kind of a thing, okay, what is the future of this one, what things are getting prepared. Any person probably can get some idea that, okay, fine, if they need to innovate anything, who are the people to connect? Or maybe, if they want to kind of do business with any kind of innovation and that kind of thing, that is the right place to connect. So overall, if I'll tell you, Raghav, then apart from the exhibition, there are a lot of things that are happening around, be it the competition, be it the awards and rewards and recognitions that we do on each of these platforms that I've shared right now, be it the networking lounge that we have, with the podcast rooms, wherein just like the way that we are having a conversation, lots of people who are coming here as experts, they also share their opinion and knowledge. So it becomes a place where people who come, they not only network, they build partnerships, they know with whom to collaborate, they know the right products and materials to work with, as well as they get a lot of ideas, and I would say a lot of energy to push forward whatever challenges and obstacles they're getting. Overall, that is what MATECIA is.
So complete extravaganza of 3 days.
4 days.
Or 4
we
days.
have, yes, I forgot one very important thing. Last year was again a milestone year because we felt that to give people more opportunity to experience MATECIA and the Verticaa, we should increase one more day without increasing any other thing. No burden of the rates increase or something. Yes, that's a very, very important. We have given away. We've given away one very important thing, that is one more day.
One more day.
Yes, we added that.
That is, of course, additional tariffs and so much of
Yes,
incremental
so much of
cost
things,
for the organizer.
Yeah.
So, Verticaa, you mentioned one very significant point that I noticed in your last question, last answer, where you mentioned that you make it a point that you visit the venue, you understand the entire floor plan, which means that you are taking so much pains as an organizer, as a head of an organizer who has such a big team to execute things. You become one with the venue. You take a feel of it, you get to know where you want to put which aspect of your show. So that means that you give a lot of emphasis to visitor experience. I think visitor is the most important element for you, mind. What is your comment on this?
See, when we conceptualize MATECIA, I told my team one thing, and I always tell them only one thing, because I feel that the entire experience of an exhibition lies on that one core factor. I tell them that, do the work in such a way, create the experience in such a way that the last visitor who is coming and going just for few minutes will get some great takeaway while he
Yeah.
or she is going. So what I mean to say is that, because when someone will take care of that kind of a thing, that okay, you are visiting only for 5 minutes but you get something, right? Then people are going to really take care that okay, our intention is this, is our intention meeting with what we have done, are they doing justice to themselves? Because it's like, you are the host and you are going to do justice with one thing only, the last visitor, right? Be there. Because I do not leave the ground at night. They see me working there. So, it's like, you tell me that, okay, it's a pain that, I'm mapping the venue and all. I would say it's a pleasure. It's a joy, actually, It's such a great joy to actually map a venue, because when you map a venue and when you map a venue together, with your team, then what happens, that venue becomes a part of you. In your conversation, you are not asking someone to understand, rather you are so much in flow with everything. I find it very exciting. Last year was the first year in Yashobhumi, and I asked the people of Yashobhumi, I might have visited, and I used to go in the morning, I used to come by the night, evening and all that, till the time I could. Many times it used to be so dark, and I used to think, okay, अभी तो ये AC भी बंद हो जाएगा. Now
Yeah.
lights are also going to go off. I used to go and request कि नहीं ये नहीं करना, because I still have something to do. So I know where the stairs are. I know कि कहाँ पे क्या है. I know कि कितना distance है वहाँ से. Okay, so I know exactly कि कहाँ से क्या experience होगा. Because see, when you know this thing, then you can design the venue in a good way. And when you design the venue in a good way, then your experience of the venue becomes very nice. Becomes very nice, because आप कहाँ से आ रहे हो तो आपको क्या experience होगा, आप क्या देना चाहते हो. Because ultimately, of course, the exhibitors, the organizers, the vendors, all are working for whom?
Yeah.
The visitor. Okay,
Absolutely.
the visitor. So visitor, how a visitor can, really enjoy the experience of coming and get what they want and go back with a good thought.
The experience is the key.
Experience is the key.
Absolutely.
Yes, are you doing justice to it? You cannot do justice to it by delegating it. I am strongly against delegating this part, because see, whatever the troubleshootings, the venue experience, okay, the design, these are the things I do not delegate. I do not delegate. Rest all the other things, once the process is built, I will definitely delegate. Okay, I'm only there for troubleshooting. I always tell people, troubleshooting, remember me, I'm okay, because I don't fear challenges. I think challenges are just like this way, like you want to go somewhere and you're facing a challenge, which means clearly that you are very close to your issue, your problem. Why? Because when you face the challenge, it's like you are touching a door or you're touching a wall, which means on the other side some solution is there. You should be happy for that.
Absolutely. So, Vartika, now that you are into a mainstream exhibition, you've become a mainstream exhibition organizer, that to a successful one. What key points would you like to give as a guidance to other budding organizers or other people who want to enter this field, who want to venture into exhibitions? What learnings would you like to give to them?
See, I might be a little harsh, but if you allow me, I can be.
You have to be honest.
Okay, I'll be deeply honest. See, I see two kinds of exhibition organizers here. One, those who are extremely transactional. That, okay, we buy this space, we sell this space, you take this space, and our business is done. Okay, it's extremely transactional. I'm not saying that they are not successful or doesn't work or something, but I'm really sorry to say we are not like that. We cannot be like that. We have come along a long way. I started my journey with this business of mine, and we have been working on ground since that time. I've even forgot the number of years that I have been into, because there's no particular day that I started. It was an ongoing thing, along with my school, along with my college, along with everything that went on. And it's not transactional.
And you told me about your journey, right?
Yes, you know
like
about my
how
journey.
you
Yes.
started, and way back with Surface Reporter in 2011. Before that, as a young schoolgirl, you executed your first design project.
Yes.
Yeah, when you were just 16.
Yeah.
You just rode
It
in a
was just a
bus.
brochure.
You got down in Delhi, one of the big landmark areas in New Delhi, and then suddenly some idea came into your mind. You have to make it big in your life, and since then it has all been a
Yes,
wonderful
and
journey.
I always wanted to do it, but I did not know how. but I knew that I will get the way. And I also knew one thing: whatever we do, see, we are always working with human beings, and human beings, they understand more than what you say. They see your eyes, they see your expression, they can read much more than what you can say. And I always trusted in one thing, that my intent is very clear, my intent is very positive, and I'm very hardworking, and I will also do a lot of learning whatever is required for anything. And I have to make myself highly skilled in a lot of things, so that when you are skilled and when you have walked the path, then you can only show the path. You cannot show the path if you have not walked the path, if you have not gone through the issues. So whenever I am leading something, I welcome challenges. I welcome challenges like anything, because when you are getting those challenges and you are already a troubleshooter, okay, you are already a troubleshooter and you are getting the challenges, then it becomes easy and faster to depute a good team who are going to be leading that. Because I have to be on some other project which is more challenging, right?
Yeah.
Which is more, which needs to create a better foundation, because I will not be needed here, then I will waste my energy if I keep on doing the same thing again and again. I'll tell you one very important point. Okay, if someone really wants to get into exhibition, they'll have to really know that are they in touch with the ground or not. One top impact that MATECIA makes, and the USP of MATECIA or the Verticaa, is the fact that we are working 365 days a year in this segment. We are not an exhibition organizer or an exhibition company which comes once a year and knock the door of someone and says, okay, will you take this space? We are doing so and so, so and so, we are so and so, we are so and so, a great, better, best, whatever. No, we are on ground. We know what is to be delivered to an exhibitor. We know what should be the topic for a speaker. We know what will work, what will not. We bring the connects and contacts from our 20 years of our working in the industry, and much more account of the things. And each and every person working with us is having the same kind of a DNA, that yes, be on the ground, create the connects and contacts from the ground, and whatever is MATECIA is the work of the connects and contacts of the 20 years, 25 years, in fact, that we have been working in this field. So if you have such kind of a depth, then you don't have to be an exhibition organizer or something. You're already one. You're already one. What is an exhibition organizer, by the way? Exhibition organizer is one who is connecting people, right? Who's connecting people. So you are already connecting people on ground. So you can be an exhibition organizer of a great, you can be a great exhibition organizer, because you are going to do the right things. Absolutely. You don't have to show anything. People will know.
So there is no shortcut to success. I think we have had a wonderful discussion with you today, Verticaa. Before leaving you, I think we want to ask you this last question, that if you want to be remembered for one thing.
Okay. People actually, with my kind of life and all that, I've come from very, very humble, modest background. People have been judging for a lot of things. So I've started, and in a very positive note, I've always taken those judgments very lightly. So I don't actually tie myself with anyone's, kind of perception, because I know perception change. Right, perception keeps on changing. But if you'll ask me that, okay, if someone, I never thought about it earlier, but given a thought, I would always want someone to think that about me as someone who is led with purpose and with a strong intent of giving back.
Wow. I mean, I've learned so much myself from you today, Verticaa. It was a pleasure speaking to you.
Same here.
And I believe that you will do really well in your upcoming editions of MATECIA, Verticaa. They are really driving the change when it comes to design and architecture industry. And a lot of cheers to you and your team.
Thank you
Thank
so
you for
much.
joining us today.
Thank
and
you.
Wish you all the luck.